Do not get discouraged because you can't see today the impact your work is having on other people. I had the chance to spend a good part of today at LinkedIn's office, and the entire way I was biking there, I was just feeling down. I was feeling a little nervous. I feel sometimes so disconnected from a wider sense of like impact or community with the work I do. As a full-time creator, it's great. It's very flexible. It can be highly paid, but a lot of times I feel like I'm just speaking into this black rectangle and then sending it off into the void, right? Maybe the video does well, maybe it doesn't. But I walk into their office and it's a big creator thing with like a big lunch at the end of it. And so there are a couple interns around just sort of helping make sure we don't get lost, which I do often in these big offices. And me and the intern start talking. And all of a sudden she tells me, she was born in the Dominican Republic. She moved to New York City and she had gone through high school, college, right, with a business major, but not really knowing what she wanted to do with it or the wider career she wanted to have. And then she saw my content and she started to follow me. And she learned more and more about different opportunities that were out there. Long story short, she ends up being a part of a program called Europe United, which sort of it's like a business tech boot camp for students, right? And through that program, she actually got matched with LinkedIn, which put her in that hallway and put her in front of me to tell me that story today. And that whole interaction filled me up with so much purpose. It made me feel so much better about the work I do, the reason I get up in the morning, the reason I make the content I'm making right now. But I never would have gotten it if I would have stayed in bed or if I would have not gone out into the world. I consider not even showing up to this thing today, right? I've got a lot to do. I've got a busy calendar. So do you, right? But I've learned time and time again, you cannot possibly imagine, especially if you have any sort of presence online, you cannot imagine the amount of impact your work is having on people you may never meet. So that was a reminder I needed today, and maybe you needed it as well.